Well, yeah, the Highlands tour, it's actually been something that's been in my head for a really long time. I remember watching a documentary about Idlewild doing something similar. That was probably about 10 years ago, and I thought, I don't think I'd even started the band then, but I did think, if I ever have a band, I want to do that, It's just one of those ambitions I've had for a while. And so when it came to actually doing it,
well, I guess the idea was just to sort of, well, for a start, to play some places that bands don't normally go to, places that we hadn't been to. We tried to do it a few years ago, and it ended up being more of like just a couple of like Highlands dates. We played one in my hometown, and then the rest were like just normal cities. But yeah, it was good to sort of get some perspective on it, like having lived out of the Highlands for so long, sort of get used to living in the city, and it was strange coming at it from the other side and actually noticing, wow, it's quite a beautiful sort of stunning scenery.
seeing the country like that was amazing. And then added, the whole point of it being, meeting people that otherwise it might be very difficult for them to come and see us in Edinburgh, Glasgow. That's generally where we do shows in Scotland. So I think, in doing that, you actually get this audience feeling from the audience that you don't get elsewhere.
So it came to pass, and I came home with 4 worn-out limbs and not one love song. How predictable, this is all you've got. Yet another selfish signpost to my ruin of faults. All the dark words pouring from my throat.
I think it was definitely a good tour to test out new stuff, because I don't know, I've been to see bands before, on a tour running up to the release of their new record, and they play the whole new album, and nobody knows it, and the gig can kind of fall flat if you do that, so to sort of test them out on this smaller shows, and to do it before we went into the studio was great as well, because it gave us a chance to kind of get familiar with them before we had to record them. So yeah, it was a perfect opportunity to practice them.
There is light, there's a tunnel to crawl through. There is love, but its misery loves you. There's still hope, so I think we'll be fine in these disastrous times. Disastrous times. There is light, there's a tunnel to crawl through. There is love, but its misery loves you. Still got hope, so I think we'll be fine in these disastrous times. Come gather in my lungs, Scottish winds, and belt out your blackest poems as the sea around you sings. When the drone takes to the air, single note to raise my hair, carry songs beyond my lungs, cold Scottish winds. Come fall upon my shoulders, Scottish rain, and dissolve all of the worry that has hunched this back of mine. Let the hurt run down the drain to the reservoir, and one day I'll add a drop of my old worries to a dram.
We were doing five new tunes over the shows, and it was exciting just to play them for the first time in front of people and getting a good response for the majority of them. That was good. Aye.
Half backflip, conception, state, hospital birth, the most threadbare, tall story the country's ever heard. Brought home to breathe smoke in the arms of her mother, the blunt kitchen knife, who just slays in a submissive position beneath a national weight and the slow arc of a fist. Her heart beats like a breeze block thrown down the stairs. Her blood is thicker than concrete, forced to be brave. She was born into a grave. And then the limb, through years of board schooling, comes accustomed to hearing she could never run far. A slipped disc in the spine of community, a bloody curse word in a pedestrian verse. Spirits in graveyards and fingers in car parks, she cries in the high street just to be heard. A screaming anchor for nothing in particular, at the foot of the fuck of it, and dragging her heels in the dirt. Her heart beats like a breeze block thrown down the stairs. Her blood is thicker than concrete, forced to be brave. She was born into a grave. The cheek of youth flashed red and turned grey. Now she lies on the pavement, she is helped to her feet. All thighs here in magpie handbags, it's Saturday's uniform for the fuck me parade. She's brought home to keep warm in the arms of a plumber who's ruddy and balding. He just needs a spine to dig into, a chest for the head, and a hand for the holding. Her heart beats like a breeze block thrown down the stairs. Her blood is thicker than concrete, forced to be brave. She was. Like a breeze block going down the stairs. Her skin is thicker than
been a while since we released material, and you know, we wanted to, if anything, you know, these are the hardcore. If they don't like it, then there's something really wrong with it. So it was nice just to test it, and you know, we could then take it back, and you know, it's nice to pick through these things. It's an opportunity that we've not really had before, or for certainly for some time, since like the first or second record, where you can play the songs out live. You can sit in the rehearsal room and rehearse for 5 days solid for 12 hours, and there's nothing like playing it in front of an audience.
Like a memory, forgotten bars. One of those cities, one of those nights, everyone's darling, everyone's sweetheart. Just this drink to hold my hand, one glass of anything, anything cheap. And I'm here just because everyone else has come, just to be seen. 'Cause I don't know these buildings, I think I'm lost in the perfume armpit of town. Develop the dead now, these people are bricks, 6 feet stones wrapped up in board. Such disappointment when the paper is ripped. So I stand still, boring and bored, itching my eye again against the wall. So at the end, at the close, would you be good enough to take me home? 'Cause I don't know these buildings, I think I'm lost. Oh, I don't know these buildings, I think I'm lost. Would you be good enough to take me home? Would you be good enough to take me home? Would you be good enough to take me home? Would you be good enough to take me home?
Like myself, Scott and Grant grew up in Selkirk, a tiny wee town in the Borders, and you don't get many bands coming through the town. So, like we kind of figured that it'd be nice to like do the same, and like as if like we were on tour, it'd be good for a band, or if we were at home, it'd be good for a band to come through our hometown. So we thought we'd go and do that in the Highlands and just play like in tiny wee remote towns, villages. Like I guess it was a lot of fun. Like some of the venues were incredible. Like you were. I guess the scenery was the main thing, like just looking out like at the harbours every night, and just like meeting the locals as well. Like everyone was super nice to us, and you could tell they were excited that there was a band coming through the town. And
Someone could have bought our first album 5 years ago and waited till 2 months ago to see us. You know, that's a big wait. So, and we were aware of that. You know, and it puts a different feeling in us when we play as well. You know, so in terms of just refreshing the touring experience, you know, because you can get jaded with it all, you know, and I think it just reaffirmed our faith in that way of doing things. It's amazing. It's a really brilliant thing to do. So Highlands tour, 2 thumbs up.